by clicking the three dots here and start the record. And you also have some features like live caption. What I speak will be converted into text and it will be displayed to each and every attendee. And moving further, when you're having your video calls, you have you may work from home, so you can use this show background effect to hide your background, so it will be pleasant during the meeting. Okay, moving further, let me just jump into these teams. Okay, let me give a short introduction about teams and what are the components, okay, involved in this. Okay, Teams is a collaborative tool which will be getting collaborated with the Microsoft services such as Outlook, SharePoint, OneDrive, Forms, class notebooks. You can see all the services which are each and every services are collaborated to with Teams. Okay, now coming into the components of Teams. These are the components, horizontal components. Okay, let me explain, give an introduction about each and everything. This is the activity. You will get your feeds and the activity happening around you. You can click both and you can have a look on what's going on. Okay, and this is a chat area, okay, where you can make chat privately to an individual person by searching their name here, and you can add some more or a group of user. For example, I'm going to add 2 or 3 users and I'm going to have a group chat. I can do all this stuff in the chat window. Okay, and moving further, this is Teams. This is the main focus of our meeting, where we are most of the time we are going to work here. As sir said, that you will be predefinedly created with the class subject, so that you can directly get into the subject and uh, start taking your lectures to the students, a group of students which will also be predefined. And assignments, we'll have an introduction and a brief of about that, how to create an assignment, how to assign to the students, how it works, everything. And finally, calendar, we can manage meetings and classes, the private meeting and the classes in the calendar area. Okay, I will be giving a brief about all these components. And if you are using a browser version of Teams, it is recommended to download the Teams desktop application from Microsoft. If you need any help regarding this Microsoft Team, you can go ahead and click. You can provide your feedback. You can suggest some features. You can report if you face any problem to Microsoft. That would be helpful in developing this product. Okay, as I said, our main focus of this meeting is Teams. Okay, as I said, you will be having a predefined class. So I am a lecturer. I have I am taking care of a subject called calculus. So I will be created with a class subject. So I can manage this subject by myself. Okay, when I get into this team, I can see I can manage this team. When I manage, I get all these controls. See here, I am the owner. In the sense, the teacher is the owner. Okay, and the students are the members. Here you can see all the students are in members. Okay, if you are providing any if you have provided any student to get into this team, they will be waiting for your request, the pending request. So you can approve or disapprove the student to join this team. Moving further, these are channels. We can create channels to keep track of our topics, so that it will be very easy to have a note of every each and every topic that we cover for the students. And moving further, these are the settings. It is very important to have these permission for members. If you feel that the student have more permission, so if you want to control or if you want to give them some access, you can use this tab and you can provide the permission that you want to give to the users, and also the guest users. And it is not relevant to you, so you can skip this. Guest in the sense, you will be inviting someone outside your organization, they will be represented as guest. I don't have any guest in this team, so I no need to worry about the permission for them. And finally, as I said, if you want to request someone to join this team, you can generate the code and you can send that to the student. Let me show you how this works. Okay, just first removing this number so that I can add once again by requesting with a code. Now I'm just using this code to join and just sharing this code to the student who want to join. Okay, the student go to his team and he can click here, enter the code to join. Okay, I'm not copying the code here. Now this is the student's login. See, now this student want to join the team, so I'm just giving join. So the request will be sent to the teacher and he will be automatically joined. This is how you can use the code to request some student to join your team. You can see that member has been joined to your team automatically. See here, is joined. And moving further, we will have the control over this class notebook. We have not created it. I will show you how to create that and how to use that. Okay, moving further, this is an analytics of all the resources that you utilize. For example, as I said, you will be having a collaborative application, that is Teams, with other services like SharePoint, OneDrive, everything. You can see how much you have utilized the application and the resources. Finally, these are apps. These are the predefined apps that you have. You can go ahead and add more apps to get more things that you can integrate. Okay, and okay, these are the settings that you get into your Teams. Okay, moving further, these are channels. Okay, as I said, today I'm going to have a topic in calculus, that is area of set of function and their steps. Okay, I will create a channel and I will automatically, it will be added to the students. It will reflect to the students. I can also have permission for this. Who can post or who can begin start a new post in this, because the student have the tendency to chat between them. So we can restrict those things from here. We can turn on this for more. If you want to add any owner here, you can go ahead and add a owner for this particular channel. Okay, moving further, all channel will also have their analytics. What how this is being utilized. Okay, this is the overall functionalities about Teams. Let's jump into the particular task that we're going to perform into this team. Okay, this is a post area. As a private chat, you will be a predefined area. You can have a conversation between your student. So it is anonymous. They can chat to you and have a conversation between you. In a classroom, you have a conversation. Likewise, you can use this area. Here, this is the files. This is also like a common area where you can upload, you can create, you can share, you can download, you can upload, and you can add your cloud storage so that you can have all your data into the class material. Okay, class material is a, as I said, it is a shared area. You can request the student if you need any collaborative work. For example, 100 student in a particular class or subject want to work in a single file. They can work without disturbing each other. Okay, you can utilize this, and this is class notebook. Okay, when you have a fresh classroom subject, you will be getting this setup kind of thing. So you have to set up your notebook for your subject. Okay, I'm just creating that with the predefined settings that is provided by Microsoft, and you can see you have your own notebook, and you can see all the student will have a predefined section of this, all this. If you want to add any section here, you can add particular, like for example, in this subject we are using calculus. I can go ahead and add that. I'm sorry. Okay, it has been created. So after that also you can go ahead and create that, no issues. See, now you can see you have your space, collaborative space and collaborative library. You can have files here, and you can distribute to the students. Here the students note will also visible for you. You can manage all the students note. You can view what they have done in their handbook. For example, you want to check their homeworks, or if you want to check their class notes that they have completed, everything will be online. So you no need to go and check each and everything in a separate tab. You can manage in one single tab itself. I will show you how the class notebook look like for a student. See, uh, uh, yeah, we have to set up a class notebook for student. We have to set up a class notebook for student, and if you want, as I said, I can add a new section so that it will reflect to all the students. Adding this and creating a notebook for all the students. See, when you go here, the notebook has been not created for the student. Okay, when I create this, it will automatically reflect to the all the students. For the first time, it will take some time to get it ready. Once it's completed, you can go ahead and access all your notes. Now it's done. As I said, you can check. You have a collaborative space. You have a collaborative library by default, and for each and every student, we will get a predefined one and a custom page that we have created during the creation of class notebook. Now you can have all your notes or data with you in this space. Okay, and you can go ahead and add those materials or the documents that you have that you want to share with the students. You can create, upload, or you can copy paste all the documents here. I'm creating a document here. Okay, and providing some instruction for the class notebook for student. And now I want to share this page to all the students. I don't have any content. If you want, you can add content so that it will be helpful for the student. Okay, now I want to share this page to each and every student or a particular student. I can do that by clicking here. You can see the controls. You have to click on the class notebook. You can see here you can distribute a section in the sense this whole thing, or a page. I have a page here. I'm going to distribute a page here. I can distribute a group of people or individuals. I'm just going to share this to an individual so that you can see the output. Okay, I'm just going to share this to an individual, or if you want, you can add some more users. And next. And after clicking that, you will be getting an option where to share this to the students class note. I'm just selecting here in the calculus, it should reflect. Okay, I'm just sharing that. It will take some time. Okay, it's done. Now we have successfully shared this page to the student. Now we can go ahead and check how this reflects to the student. See, as I said, once the notebook is created, you will be able to see your class notebook for the student. This is the student login. Now I go and show you how the student login works. As I said, the student will also have their own collaborative space and library and their own class things, class note. And so you can see for each particular student, they will have their own class note. Apart from this, they don't have any. Okay, I can go here, check, see here, I have shared a document to the student in his calculus note page. You can see that is reflecting. Likewise, you can share your data or any kind of document or any kind of notes to your students in a few clicks. Okay, and this is very powerful tool you can utilize as much as possible. Moving further, yeah, assignment. This is also one of the major part to play here. We have to provide the assignments to the students. Okay, this is a student login. It is notifying that the teacher has not assigned them any assignments. So I again jump into the teacher's view and I will show you how to create assignment. Tab. Okay, by clicking the assignment tab for the first time in a class. Okay, for the first time in the class team, you'll be asked to get started. In a few clicks, it will be completed, and you can create assignments. In the assignment tab, you will be finding three options: from existing, and quiz, and assignment. You can create a form. Here you have the option for form. You can create a form and use that form to provide a quiz to the student. Okay, and assignment, I will show you how to create an assignment. You have to click the assignment. Now, for example, I have completed the topic of area as set function. So I'm going to give an assignment on that. So I'm just giving the topic as set. Assignment title. Okay, and you can, if you want, you can make it as one for your reference if you're going to give multiple assignment for a single topic. And you can give specific instruction like you have to answer this many questions and these are the points you will get, or any kind of instruction you can give here, or any kind of special instruction to complete this assignment you can provide. And you have to provide the resource in the sense you can create a Word document, or you can create a note, class note, or if you have already created a Word document, or any kind of PDF, any kind of document or Excel form, you can upload that and you can utilize. I will show you how to upload from this device, in the sense from your own computer. So I will go ahead, I will search for my document that I have created. Okay, I open this, so it will automatically get uploaded. Once completed, you have to click done, and you have a permission here. After uploading the resource, you have a three dots. You can see here, student can't edit. If you want to display something and the student should not edit the document, you can use this option. Here we have a set of question and answer as assignment, so the student has to work out on that. So I will provide this option: student edits their own copy. I'm going to upload one copy, but and each and every student will get their own copy and they will be editing their own copies. Okay, and moving further, you can provide the overall points or marks for this assignment. Okay, and for assigning, it will be assigned to all the students. You can see this is assigned to this class team, and also the participants here are all the students. If you want to add any student apart from this group, you can type here his email ID and add him to this group. Okay, finally, each assignment should have a deadline so that it can be completed. So you can provide a timeline to complete this assignment to the student so that they will complete. If it is if the due date is over, then the student will not able to work on his assignment. So these are the settings that you have to give before creating an assignment. Once you have done, you can draft this for future purpose, and you can save this, okay, to for future purpose. And if you want directly assign this to each and every student in the class, you can go ahead and assign this assignment. Okay, once you get assigned this, all the student in your classroom will get a notification. I will show you how it look like to the student. Okay, see here, I will get an alert. See, activity. I will get activity, what an update has been in my classes. See, and when I go into the teams, I can see in the post what are all the happenings in my class. I will be getting an update here. So I can here, from here itself, I can jump into the assignment. This is an assignment that is being provided me from this subject. So I just jump into this assignment. This is how for a student the assignment will look like. The name of the assignment and the points that you're going to score for this assignment. Okay, and the due date. The due date is tomorrow, so the user or the student will have uh, an insight about this assignment, so that he wants to complete this on or before this time. So how to work on this assignment? The student, they have to click the provided work. They can use their application, that is the desktop application, to work here, or they can edit in the browser itself. Okay, by clicking edit in browser, they directly have the access to edit this document. Okay, this has some pictures, so it may take some time to load. See, you can see the document that I have shared. Okay, over that the student has to work on this, and he has to save. It will be automatically saved. Okay, you don't need to worry about saving this document each and every time. You can edit as a student, they can edit this document. I have just downloaded this, so I think this is not editable right now. I will show you in a different document. Okay, after editing this, it will be auto saved, and he can close once he has completed his assignment. Okay, after completing his assignment, he has to give an indication that he has completed. So he has to use this hand in. When he click his hand in, it represents that he has completed this assignment. And when you come to the teacher's login, here you can see there is a notification in the general tab. Okay, this notification is because some student has completed the assignment, so that's why you have getting this one. So when I go to the particular assignment, I can see here one student has completed the assignment. Okay, now what you can do is you can click open. You can see the document that you have, that the student has shared you. You can look into the answers that he has provided you. If you want to provide any comments for that particular student, you can also edit here, and you can provide a comments here into the Word document itself. And in general, you can provide your feedback to the student and provide the marks for the assignment that they have done. I'm giving marks, and I am just clicking on the return. Okay, this is done, and I have to close this. You can see there are two tabs. to mark and mark. Okay, now you can see the completed user is moved to mark. You can have a track of students who have completed their assignment and who are not completed. Okay, and overall you can export this data. When you click on the export data, you can see all the class students name and their email ID and their assignments, and what is the score, what is the feedback. You will have all the track of that. Okay, and I will show you one more assignment, how we create. And in if you have to edit this assignment in any means, you can go ahead and edit this assignment. You will get the option to edit. Okay, and you can update. So I give cancel, and I will show you another one assignment that I'm going to create, so that it will be much more easy to for you during the creation. I'm just creating another assignment named as integral and instruction points here, source. As usual, we are going to have that. As usual, we are going to have that from our PC, and we will upload that.
Nectar.
Sample file, don't mind. Okay, as I said, it will be assigned to all the students and the due date. If you want to edit this, you can do that. And I'm going ahead and assigning this to the students. So again, I will show you. This time I will edit the assignment. I have uploaded the wrong document, so I can't edit in the students tab. I will go to the assignment. See, I will jump into this assignment as a student. Now I'm going to work on this assignment. I have to click this. See, you can see the document I have shared, and the instruction and the question. For example, this is a question. Okay, you can edit this from your desktop application or from the browser itself. Now I'm showing you how to edit this from your desktop application. Okay, I'm facing some challenges here. I will try once again. You can download and you can work onto this and upload this. I'm not getting this option here, so I can download this here, and I can work and I can upload this to the assignment. Okay, once this has been done, I will be giving hands in. You have downloaded the document, as I said. Now you can enable the edit and you can go ahead and give the answers and save that. You have to save here because it won't be saved automatically in the desktop application. Okay, once completed the assignment, I will give the hands in, okay, as usual, to notify the teacher. And teacher again will be having the notification. Now this time they have to go to the integral. They have one student completed. As usual, you can review his work. Okay. Okay, I have missed out this option, so that's why I'm unable to edit that. So I'm updating that so that the student now will able to edit this. Okay, it is not yet updated, so I have to refresh. Okay, I click on this assignment. Okay, still it is not reflecting. Okay. Okay, it will take. Okay. I think it needs some time to get reflected. Once you get the option, you can able to edit this document as a student, and you can provide the answers so that it will be reflected to the teacher. Yes, now it is reflecting. See, I have got an edit option here. I'm editing this into the browser itself. As a student, I am here giving the answers for each and every question. You can see it is automatically saved. Okay, I'm just closing this and I'm giving hands in. Okay, again, it will be notified to the teacher. Okay, now I'm in the assignment, and in assignment, I am in the integral. When I go and click here, the student who has completed, when I refresh this, I can see what the student has done to this assignment, what are the answers that he has provided. Just going into this completed student, you can see here. Here, I can see the answer given for each question by the student. I can access this. If I want to edit this, I can also edit here from the browser, and I can provide any comments on the brace, or I can highlight that. I think you all are aware of Word, how it functions. So you can put your comments here for each and every answers if you want, and provide a feedback for that, and also the marks. Once you return, close, it will be moved to your this is how the assignment works. Okay, and you can also individually get the data exported for this assignment. So you can see for this assignment, the student here, he has scored 70% and the feedback is good. Okay, now I have given multiple assignments. For example, here I have given 2 assignments. I want consolidated data of all this assignment. So I will jump into this grades. Here you can see all the assignment that I have given for this subject. So I can export the data and I can make some changes if needed, and I can submit to the concerned department for. You can see in the integral assessment assignment, the student has scored 70, and in this assignment he has scored 80, and the feedback for both and all the other students data one by one, if you provide the update for each and every student, all the data will be returned here and you will get the report automatically. Okay, this is how all the teams assignment and the class notebook works. Okay, the final thing here is calendar. Now we have jumped into, we have did the classes, we have assigned the assignments, we have given them the grade, we have given them the mark, and we have generated the report. Before doing each and everything, we have to schedule a class to the student. That can be achieved from the calendar. For example, for this class, I have a subject. I'm taking care of the subject calculus. So I will go ahead and create a class timing or a scheduler meeting to conduct my lecture or class. I will provide the information that needed here. Just put generic one. You can have your own data here. Just giving it a thing. You no need to add each and every attendee in your class. Everything will be predefined. You have to utilize the channels. So I'm taking care of CSC third sem, and the subject of mine is calculus. Okay, and today I am going to have a lecture on this topic. For example, integral calculus. I'm just selecting this. Okay, and okay, I'm just going to have a lecture on integral calculus. So I have to select my subject and the topic that I'm going to discuss today with the student. You can modify the dates if you have selected wrongly, and by default there will be half an hour schedule. You can make that according to your need. You can make it 1 hour. Okay, and here you can repeat the same meeting for consecutive days. There are predefined repeat dates. For example, you can repeat the same meeting every week, Monday to Friday, or daily. And you can also, give me a moment. Or you can also custom according to your need. By clicking this custom, I can repeat this meeting from start date for every day and the end date. For example, I'm giving the end date as 24. Okay, then it will be repeated for every day till 24, and I'm just saving this here. You can provide instruction to the student before they join this meeting. You can ask the student to get prepared for this topic, or if you get ready with some kind of notes or documents or reference, or connecting the previous class. You can give any kind of information before the students join this class. You can provide here, and once you click on the send, it will be creating a meeting invite here to you and for all the students, and I will show you how it will be looking for your student. We have created a consecutive repeated meeting. I can show you here. One meeting is here, and in the next week it is going to continue, I think. Okay. Okay. I have only work week, so it is not showing here. See here, I have repeatedly for 3 days. Okay, once you created, it will be reflecting to all the students. Now I will show you the students view, how they look at. They will also have their calendar. And clicking on the calendar, they will also see that consecutively 3 days for the same time the class is being scheduled. So they will be notified and they will get an alert during this time, and they can directly join that. Okay, you have created these scheduled classes. Now I want to remove this, or I want to cancel this particular session. So what I will do, I can go ahead here and cancel the occurrence. So the only one occurrence will be deleted. If I want to cancel the series itself, I can go ahead and cancel this. Now I'm canceling the middle one, so it will be get cancelled here, and the student view will be like this. Okay, see, like this, it will be mentioned as cancel. So the student will be um, have an update on that this class has been cancelled. And moving further, okay, after creating the class scheduled classes, you have a meeting option. See, now in this meeting, all the participants are presented. So they have the option to share their screen, mute me as I do mute you. You can also mute me. So that would be very difficult during the classes. So it is recommended after creating the meeting, you have to click the meeting option and change who can present. By default, it will be everyone. When you click on only me and save that, it will be you, and all will be attendee, and they can't mute you, and you can mute everyone. Okay, and moving further, you can also use this lobby. Previously, when you are joining this meeting, you will be in the lobby, and I have to accept that. Okay, you can bypass the lobby so that each and every student in your organization will jump into the meeting directly. You can turn on this. Always let the caller to bypass the lobby. You can turn on this. And if you want, for example, if you want to allow only in your organization people to bypass the lobby, you can click this. If you want everyone, for example, you have invited someone and they also want to bypass the lobby, you can select everyone. So this is a class rule, so I'm not giving that, and I want a note of everybody, so I'm not doing this for any kind of your internal meeting between your staff, you can utilize this. And you have to save this. Done. Okay, all the students will be attending now. And moving further, here you will get, once you create, you will get a link here. This is a link. You can right click here, copy this link, and you can share into your chat to anyone, so that they will join, they will get they will use this link to join this meeting. You're not invited them, but still you can share this meeting link to any other person. Okay, and this is how you will manage your teams. And moving further, you have the schedule assistance here, and you click this schedule assistance. You can see what are all the classes that you are managing and the classes that are not getting clash with the other subjects that I'm taking for other students. So you can have a clear visibility here that how your appointments or the meeting is going to happen. So here it is empty, so for you it will be packed, so you can have a clear vision of your all your activity. So this will be a very helpful for you before you schedule any meeting. Okay, this is all the stuff that we want to discuss today in the meeting. And now we are open to have questions from you to discuss. If you have any query, you can raise your hands. Okay, or if you can also select here and drop your queries here. And moving further, you have, I set the recording option, everything, and you also have a sharing option. See here, you can see I'm getting an option stop sharing because I have already shared you my screen. So if I want to share any PPT, I can do that. What I have to do is I have to stop the screen sharing. Okay, and again I have to click the sharing. You can see here, when you have a PowerPoint with you uploaded in your OneDrive or in your system, you can see the PowerPoint. I can click that PowerPoint document, and it will start displaying to each and every participant in this meeting. Okay, and you can go ahead and give a brief about your PPT. You can go and change these things, change the slides. You can, once you are done, you can click on stop presenting. Okay, again, if you want to share any kind of videos, for example, you want to share any videos to your students, you can share your screen with audio enabled here there. Okay, you can open YouTube, any video streaming thing, and you can click and start.
Good morning and welcome to Bell.
Presenting like this.
We're living through extraordinary times.
So everyone is able to hear my video's voice, correct? Video sound you can hear. For that you have to enable your include the system audio. You will get an option, and another option by default you will be getting a whiteboard. Okay, I'm just initializing my whiteboard. Okay, you can have interactive session with the students by creating your own writings, or you can draw something to represent. Is everyone able to see my whiteboard? Okay, you can draw something. You can draw something, and you can represent. You can have an interactive. If you want someone to interact with you, you can make them presenter, and collaborating with them, you can present any kind of visualization in your whiteboard. This is a default option. You can make use of that. Okay. Again, I'm just jumping here. Okay. Do you have any queries, concern? You can raise your hand, or you can also drop a comment and unmute yourself to say something one by one. So unmute yourself and say so. Yes, sir. You can unmute yourself, ma'am. You can unmute yourself and ma'am, I'm unable to hear you. Is anybody can hear ma'am?
Madam, your voice is not audible, ma'am.
Ma'am, you can write down in the comment section.
Sir?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
You are audible. Go ahead.
Is there any possibility from our desktop, sir? Is there any possibility that you have given the link to connect to the that I but is there any possibility of our video files through our
Sorry, ma'am. Unfortunately, I can hear you properly. If someone in this meeting, if you are able to hear, can you convey the message? Or, madam, can you write down into the comment section, chat section?
Your voice is audible, but our voice is not audible. It should be both ways, no?
No, sir. We can hear you now, sir. We
Okay.
can hear you. Only the
Okay.
problem was madam's microphone. There's some problem.
Okay, see, I have been taking classes.
Can you please type the question on the
Okay.
chat box so that you can get a reply to that question, ma'am?
Because I have been taking classes in Google Classroom for the past 1 month. What is the difference between that and this? Can you tell?
Sir, this is MS Teams. So here we
Okay.
are not comparing with various products. This
No,
is
not
something
advantage. Advantage. What is the
I think
advantage?
sir, this is not the forum to discuss another product here, sir.
Because I feel that is comfortable. I feel that is more comfortable.
That we'll try to do it separately, and we'll try to give you a solution on that, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, sir. Is it audible now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Sir, normally when we go into practice, we get a lot of difficulties. So you take class excellently, but when we go into practice, because I tried yesterday, right? So when we have a slight doubt, is there any help session or anything that to be instructors how we have to work over?
Moment.
Yes, ma'am. You can work out. If you are facing any challenges, you can drop an email so that we will get in touch with you via Karunagaran sir or
Okay.
from Ratnapasta Babadi sir.
No, is there any app there, support there in this Microsoft Teams to help us if we have a slight doubt or something like that? That's what I'm asking. Each and every software will be having a support, right, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Like is Microsoft Teams has a support?
We are here to support you, ma'am. And if you want any particular kind of document instructions, you can refer. I can share you those things. If you are stuck somewhere after reading these documents, if you are stuck somewhere, you are feeling it is not working out, you can reach us and we will help you
Oh,
regarding in understanding particular things. For the first time, everything will be difficult. It may look easy, but when doing it,
no, I know it is only by practice we can learn it sooner.
yes,
But
exactly.
when if I have an immediate doubt, I have to wait for a mail, no. So I was asking whether this Microsoft team has any support like help or something, because normally artificial intelligence used to help us, no, sir. Like that, does it have any support over here? That any icon is there to give us
No,
any
ma'am.
guidance regarding anything?
Mohammed, I think Madam is asking, do you have any bot kind of thing where like immediately you get an answer for
Yeah,
a doubt,
support.
No.
a support, immediate support
No.
when you are working on it? Is there anything like that, a bot service?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Ma'am, you can immediately reach Karunagaran sir or Sabhabadi sir.
Okay.
Okay. Or you can reach us for any kind of
Through mail.
technical support. Okay.
Oh,
We will have.
okay.
We are there here to help you, ma'am.
If you share your mail ID, it will be fine for us, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
Okay.
I will share via Karunagaran sir and Ratana Sabhabadi
Sure,
sir.
sure.
Displayed.
Sure.
Your message is displayed already.
Any other questions?
Beautiful presentation. Let us thank you.
Is there any other questions which can be put forth to the MS teams?
Yeah, we would like to thank you. We would like to thank you. You did a very good. We are all.
Any technical problem, any questions, you can ask Mr. Mohammed now.
Yeah.
If there is, yeah.
Yeah, someone has asked for record notebook and observation. You can utilize the class notebook if you want a digital record notebook or a observation. You can utilize that.
Okay, if there's no other questions, we'll try to close the morning session now. And the recording of this session will be available in our staff portal in your login. Just log in using your username and password. You can go inside. You'll find the recording because yesterday's recording is already there. Today's recording will be made available by today evening. It's a YouTube record. It will be uploaded into YouTube and it will be shared to you. And if there's no other questions, we'll stop this session now. And I thank Mr. Mohammed for taking the efforts to train us on this. And I thank all the staff members who could participate in this session. Thank you.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir, in continuation with Dr. Susila Madam question, may I have your contact number? Suppose if any difficulty in while operation, may I get?
Yes, sir. You can get via Karunagaran sir or Ratna Sabhabadi sir.
Can I take it from the website or will you provide now?
No, sir. You can contact Ratna Sabhabadi sir or Karunagaran sir for my contact number. They can help you with that, sir.
So now you will provide? May I have take a note of
Yes,
it?
sir. I can provide my email ID right away if you want.
Okay, sir.
For contact number,
sir.
you can reach Karunagaran sir or.
Because it was a wonderful session, but while operationally we will have more doubts. That is a.
Sir, we will put in all these helpline numbers.
Okay, sir.
As well as the email IDs in the website.
Sir.
You need not worry about it. We are just waiting for all the sessions to get over. After
If
that,
possible,
we'll do.
If possible, FAQ also please provide, sir.
Pardon me, sir.
FAQ, frequently asked questions also.
Yeah. That is already available in your help icon, sir. If you go, there's a help icon on your Teams. You just go in there, so you can find all those things. The simple procedures, all those things are available there, and FAQs are also available there.
Thank you very much, sir.
And I give all those links in our website. All the links would be given in the website, sir. We'll give that. That's not a
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
And we got a question that can we make it as a workshop that your organization has to consider on. Sir, you have
we'll-
any comment on that, sir?
We'll have a discussion with the authorities, and because this is just a first hands-on session, that's all. So we'll just work it out a bit later for an hands-on, because the heads of the departments have to be trained to, so that they can create the classes. Only when the classes are there, it will be easier for the staff members to do all these things, practice all these things. So let's finish off this session, this entire training of this week, and after that we'll see how we can go about with a workshop session.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, and thank you everybody for joining this session and making this a very successful one. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.